Welcome once again to Physics Lab. In our last video, we learned the concept of potentiometer and found out the unknown EMF of a cell. Now we learn how to perform the experiment and also learn the theory behind it. Now, in your previous video, we used one cell as unknown. Now we have got two cells. One cell is Leclanche cell, one cell is Daniell cell. Leclanche cell voltage 1.45 volt, Daniell cell voltage is 1 volt. In that range for the fresh cell. Now what we do is, you know that this is the primary circuit and this is the secondary circuit. Remember one thing, primary circuit is always there in the potentiometer experiment. Modifications are done only in the secondary circuit. In our previous video, we took only one cell, which was this cell, and we tried to find out the EMF of that cell and we got it. But in this video now, we have two cells and we are comparing the EMFs. So how to start with the experiment? What we have to do is, this is my jockey. I take this jockey and touch at A point. Remember, in the beginning, we have to keep the rheostat position at the far end. Resistance is maximum. So this 6 volts battery, maximum voltage is dropped here and minimum voltage is dropped here. Voltage drop across this is very less across AB. Now what I do, I touch the jockey at this point, I get left side deflection. I take the jockey at this point, I get on the same side. I keep the jockey at this position and keep on reducing the resistance in the rheostat by moving the sliding contact towards the fixed end. And at one particular position, we find that this pointer goes this side. What is the meaning of it? We have already learned. That means voltage across AB is greater than E1. We have got it. Okay. Now what we do? We now know that when I touch A, I get left side deflection. When I touch B, I get right side deflection. That means somewhere on the wire, I'll get zero deflection. By chance, I get somewhere here at 1.3 meter. See, I get the zero deflection. Let us think about the potential gradient part. You remember that if I connect a voltmeter here and see to it that the voltage across this is say 4 volts. That voltage across 1 meter is 1 volt. 2 meters is 2 volts. 3 volts and 4 volts. We know that. But now I don't know what is the EMF of my cell which is here. I don't know. By chance, I get this point at say 1.4. I get at 1.4, I get the null point say for this particular cell. I get the null point. So I call that point as L1. Now according to the principle of potentiometer, EMF E1 is directly proportional to L1. And EMF E2 is directly proportional to L2. Let us go to E2 now. Now what I do, I don't touch the rheostat because I want to keep the potential gradient fixed for both the cells. What I do is I put on this. When I put on E2, what happens? When I put on E2, I am going to get the null point somewhere less than 1.4 because we know that E1 is greater than E2. So, this is for the fresh cell, but I get it here 1.4. And for say E2, I get say null point here. So, jockey null point, I get here. I don't have to again check A and B because as we have adjusted for E1, it has to be same for E2. Now, what I do is I touch the jockey here and I get the null point here at 1 meter. So, this is the reading which we are getting in the laboratory when we are performing the experiment. Now, these two things you know. So, E1, this implies E1 is equal to phi into L1. E2 is equal to phi into L2. Therefore, E1 upon E2 is equal to phi L1 upon phi L2. Phi cancels. So, E1 upon E2 is equal to L1 upon L2. This is what we get. This is what we get. Now remember, let us just think of this experiment. This particular potential gradient, now I know I have packed it at 4 volts. I don't know. By chance, this potential drop across this says 2 volts. Think of it. If it is 2 volts, then you know it is half volt per meter. If it is half volt per meter, then you will know that this balancing length, it's called the balancing length. When we get zero reflection in the galvanometer, the length which we get for that deflection at that point from A point is called as balancing length. So now see, suppose think of this situation. In the first place, I got here. If I decrease the voltage across this, by moving the rheostat positions, and suppose by chance it becomes 2 volts. That means it is half volt per meter. Now, suppose by chance this voltage of this is say 1.4 volt. Remember one thing, I got it somewhere here at 1.4 meter in the beginning. Now the null point will be placed somewhere else because this will be half volt plus half volt is 1 volt, and then somewhere here on the third wire I'll get the null point. Because potential gradient is smaller, we get a better result, we get more accuracy. So it is ideally you must keep the potential gradient small so that you will get a larger length and you get more accuracy. So this is the second point. So first time we keep at one position of the rheostat. Second point, we change the position of the rheostat so that we get null point somewhere else. Remember one thing, every time when we change the rheostat position, E1 and E2, we have to find out L1 and L2. Like this, we take 3-4 readings and find out the average. So we have already compared E1 upon E2. What else can we do in this experiment is, suppose by chance I got say E1 upon E2. Suppose I get this value as 1.4. Suppose I get is 1.4. Now, I am given in a problem, I am given E1 value. I don't know E2 value. I can find out that unknown value. It will be E1 upon 1.4 is equal to E2. I can find out. So I can also find out unknown EMF of any one of the cell if I know the comparison, if I know the ratio value. So this is all about the experiment which we do in the laboratory. So in my next video, we will actually perform the experiment and see what is E1 upon E2. And that's all about it. Stay tuned to see the next video. Thank you very much.